Hello and welcome to No This Only Trash Here podcast, episode 35. The date today is the 15th of December 2013. So last week I kind of just did one by myself, covering a couple of things, or tings. I don't actually say tings, but I'm going to have to force myself to say tings because of that last thing that happened. But either way, this week I'm not by myself. MrMuckluckable is back.
I'm back, baby.
I'm back, baby. I can't really do it, but... What was that? I thought we were doing Bender.
I don't know, that was like Sassy Black Woman. I don't know. That just changed suddenly.
It's just, there was so much energy, you just got caught wrapped up in it.
Yeah,
And you're
anyway,
Nazi, but...
Already, okay. Get it out of the way. Get it out of the way.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we're back for this week, and I'm going to start off by saying there probably won't be one next week because of Christmas. And
oh, that thing.
I know, right? But it's like really awkward timing because next Sunday's the 22nd, so it kind of is a bit weird to do a podcast then. And nothing's going to happen in this next week anyway. It's Christmas, you know?
Does that mean that it would have been uploaded at Christmas Eve as well?
No, the 23rd, but still, that's like, you know...
Oh, when do we upload these things now?
The Monday.
Oh, it's Monday. Oh, yeah, we switched to Tuesday.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
You were there for the meeting, the big podcast meeting, where we sort all this out.
Yeah, I may have dozed off a bit.
Yeah, we decided to drop the gaming news, jingle and move the day the podcast comes out. It was all covered.
Oh, the jingle!
Yeah, the jingle has been gone for like a month or so.
Wow.
It's all in the big meeting. I'll send you the transcript. You can go over it.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
In the bin.
No. Alright, let's get straight into it, because I have a feeling this is going to be a hate-filled podcast. I mean, they usually are anyway, but I've just got a feeling that this one's going to be, in particular, hate-filled, because the biggest news this week hasn't really been gaming-related, it's just been YouTube-related. In the latest, series of event where YouTube has just been screwing over the people who make the site, the next biggest one has been the Content ID fiasco. So just in case you're not on YouTube that much, even though you'll be listening to this on YouTube, but just in case you don't know, what's been going on is that most YouTubers have been hit by content strikes, which is on their video they get told that, hey, you have some copyrighted material and you don't own it, and then they say when it is, and then that video gets flagged. And from what I can tell, what happens is that then that company can monetize that video, and instead of you getting the money from the adverts, they get the money instead. Now, where this all came from is that YouTube recently updated their copyright rules and regulations to make them a lot more strict, which means across the board they went through all the videos or activated the new system. It looked at all the videos, and a large amount of them, apparently according to this new system, has copyrighted stuff. So, I mean, I'm going to say straight away, I have not been affected by this at all. I have about 800 videos, or just over. None of them have got any copyright strikes. I haven't got any emails about it. I mean, I do have copyright stuff on it, like the final of Let's Play Pokemon Emerald. I have Simply the Best playing for like 2 minutes, so I already have the content ID for that, but I don't have any new ones. I don't know if you do, Joe.
No, only ones that already exist, so same situation.
Which makes me think straight away that this new system is more about finding new stuff and newer content. Like, if you have something from the last year, you're more likely to get flagged or stuff like that. I know that's not the case, but that seems to be it. Like, when this story first started breaking, it was about people complaining about Nintendo, and some YouTubers saying, hey, I uploaded this Let's Play of a Nintendo game, and they flagged the video. But the examples that were listed were Luigi's Mansion 2, that came out in February, and the new Mario Party 3DS game that came out like 2 weeks ago. So I think a part of this is just, if it's newer, then it's more likely to get flagged, but from what I can tell, other stuff is getting flagged because it's YouTube and their new Content ID system.
Yeah, I heard it was for the Link's game. Link's game. Zelda.
Oh, that Link
What's the game
game.
called?
What?
Link's Awakening.
A Link
No.
Between Worlds.
Yeah, that's the one.
You
I don't know nothing about that franchise.
apparently not. It's
Except I know that Link is the guy.
he is the
Zelda's
guy.
the princess.
That's true. I can't argue against this. But
Yeah, don't mess with me.
that's really bizarre. You said Link's Awakening, which is like the Game Boy game from '93. Like it's not
Why
even.
did I say that? I don't know.
It's not even one of the big popular ones.
So it is a game.
Yeah, on the Game Boy
Oh,
from
good, I didn't make it up.
1993.
Oh, okay. At least I didn't make it up.
No, it's not like Link's. I don't know. I don't want to make one up because, yeah, no.
We're too lazy to do that.
No, I was just too tired. But either way, so I want to get out there from what I've seen and the research I've done online. This is YouTube doing this, not companies. Because of course when the copyright material gets flagged, it's the company that is listed on the video. But so many different companies are kind of being represented here that it does seem like it's not them, because many companies like Ubisoft, Nintendo, Capcom and all that, they have come out and said, if you are experiencing any problems with this, email us and we can whitelist your channel so you won't get hit by any more of these. So yeah, I mean people are still kind of confused about it, but rest assured it is YouTube doing this, it is YouTube being too strict, because it's every single company being, represented here.
I mean, I don't know. What is your opinion on? Because you just said it's mostly new games, which seems to be the case, or newer games. What is your opinion on people let's playing these new games just like as soon as they're released?
I think it's awful, like flat out terrible. I don't think it's bad in every single case, but the amount of videos that get put up whenever a new game is released is just... YouTube is now bogged down by these videos, and the worst ones are the ones where it's like an hour-long video of like the first world, and then there'll be another hour-long video of the second world, and they would have put this all up within like 24 hours. So I think it's kind of disgusting, because they are also making money of this. They are making money of just being quick and just not really adding any creativity to what they're doing. There's no effort in what they're doing. It's like easy to get a recording capture software. It's very easy to do and to upload videos now. So I really don't like it. It doesn't mean that I don't think anyone can let's play a game when it's early on. If you're a let's player and it makes sense for your channel, say you're a big Sonic guy, I can see why you would want to do the new Sonic game straight away, but otherwise, I think it's kind of spiraling out of control, all these new videos that are uploaded of new games, because it's ultimately just bogs down YouTube and kind of affects us. Because imagine if I wanted, or you wanted to do a game that came out in like March of this year. You just couldn't do it. No one would really care. No, it wouldn't bring any traffic to your channel, which is not the only reason you do it, but it's still something to kind of... what you do consider it, like, are people going to enjoy this? So it just kind of means that because this has been happening for the last, like, 2-3 years, it's really hard to let's play a game from the last 2-3 years because YouTube's filled up with tons of videos already from those games.
Okay, wow.
You asked.
Yes, I did ask, because the way I see it, well, I'm not exactly sure. On one hand, I suppose people should be able to do whatever they want, but then obviously there's the whole issue of copyright. And if I were a game developer and I've just released this amazing game and people can watch the whole of it the first day it's released, I'd probably be a bit annoyed. Because it's a fact that lots of people watch and then don't buy. That's just the case.
I would kind of disagree. Well, there are people who watch and don't buy, but at the same time those videos advertise the game, so there's a load of people who don't buy it because they've seen it, but there's a load of people who hadn't heard of the game, and then they see a video on it, think that looks really cool and want to play it for themselves. So I would argue it kind of levels out.
I suppose it depends on the type of game as well, actually, because if it's a very story based game and then there's no, like, I can't imagine many people, say if it's The Last of Us, I don't know, if they'd watch that, I don't know whether they'd want to go play it themselves. Maybe, but...
Well, once again, I'm going to have to disagree, because I didn't have a PS3, and I didn't know that much about The Last of Us, but then one of my favourite YouTubers, The Switcher, or Two Best Friends Play, they started doing a Let's Play of that game, and then about 10 episodes into it, I was like, this game looks amazing. This game looks really, really good. I really want to play this game. So I stopped watching it, went out, bought a PS3, bought The Last of Us, beat the game, and then I watched the rest of the Let's Play. So it's kind of unfortunate that you said The Last of Us, because in that specific example, that's exactly what I did. I did go out and play it, but on the other hand, with The Walking Dead and the Telltale games, I'm not going to buy those after watching them on YouTube. There's no way.
Right, you can go away now. You're ruining all my little points.
I'm
go
sorry.
away.
I'm sorry. I think you're making a lot of good points.
Anyway, so I can see why YouTube is doing this, but it's the method they're doing it. Like their content ID thing sucks. It just sucks because YouTube's so massive. There's no way they can do it on an individual basis. So they have to do these big sweeping, matches that just don't work a lot of the time.
Well, they were doing an okay job beforehand. Like, they already had this system set in place. The problem is that they made it a lot stricter. Like, that's this big problem. They suddenly went into the system and thought, right, we need this more strict, and then kind of ruined everything and screwed everyone over. If they just left it, because I think before it was more, the company would approach YouTube and say, hey, we want our stuff protected. So it was more between the company and the person making the video, right, and YouTube was just the middleman. But now YouTube has sandwiched themselves more in and just become a bigger part of that, where they're just doing this automatically, and from everything that people are seeing from these companies, they've overstepped their mark. They're doing stuff the companies don't want to do, and when it's their copyrighted material on the line, that's... YouTube is both, taking the piss with the YouTubers and the companies by making that decision.
Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
Oh.
I'm going to do it. Okay, so YouTube's getting stricter, and what that means is that a lot of people who earn their living making videos are now having lots of their income stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Surely they must know that they don't own what they're doing. It depends on what counts as a kind of their own thing, because there are Let's Plays that, like you say, they just shove on the screen capture and then play the game. But there are other people who go all in 100% and tell you everything about the game, all the secrets, all the behind the scenes crap as they go along with it, and they put in actual effort. So, do you think that people who are getting their stuff ID matched should not be surprised and not really have anything to say back because, it's not their game?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's kind of hard to argue against because it is their game. They made it, it's stuff from their game, but then it's just the whole debate of, you're playing the game, you created the footage, does that mean you have some ownership of it? And I think part of that reason is why they always get you on the music, because of course you don't make the music, you just listen to it, so that's why the copyright stuff always goes for the music. But I think, as a human, effort should definitely be the biggest factor here, and how they're presenting the game. It shouldn't be oh, you use footage from this game, you should be punished. And that's the problem. YouTube is just, you use the footage, you're not getting any ad revenue, and you're getting screwed. But there needs to be more leniency, there needs to be more of a one-on-one kind of basis, which YouTube has technically created, because now the companies have to come in, they've been forced to come in and evaluate each channel on a one-to-one basis, and just see the channel and see if everything's okay. But it shouldn't have been YouTube to do that, and as much as I want the people who just upload straight away and the whole game and haven't added anything to it to be punished, I would say they do have the right to do that, because they're the ones who did it. Because really, if it's like they're going to use the copyrighted material, they're the ones who uploaded it, so they should be able to take it down, and I don't think any of the companies want all these videos to be taken down. They want it up there, and it's up to them to allow that. It's just YouTube has kind of forced everyone's hand by just being a dick, like by not allowing any leniency, by having a system that is so strict that it can't tell the difference between someone just uploading a film and someone using like a 5-second clips from the film. It can't tell the difference, and they just need to figure it out. Like, clearly this system they've created just doesn't work, and seeming how the range of different videos you can have on YouTube, it doesn't work.
What was it that they... I mean, the situation has been sort of sorted out now, I hear?
Not really. This was more... it's more just, the companies having to intervene and people being able to sort it out themselves with the companies. It hasn't been YouTube actually doing something right for a change. It's just been the company stepping in and fixing it. Okay,
because I'm sure it's something along the lines of whether you're partnered with a network or not. I think because that's like another just thing to throw into the mix is all these networks where they can have licenses, and yet there's like a ton of these stupid networks now that are all fake and just want all your money. And how many you must get emails like that from?
Oh yeah, all the time. Just
hey, insert name. I've seen your channel.
Ooh.
We'd like you to join so and so, and you can get 20% of what you actually earn.
See, I am actually partnered with someone, and that was a case of I want to have some sort of power. It's good to have a company behind you because, of this sort of stuff. Like, as a individual, if YouTube wants to do something, there's nothing you can do about it. I don't have enough subscribers where I have the power to do something or something YouTube would notice, so I am a partner, so there's someone behind me at least if I have any major problems.
Huh. See, I wonder if the situation would have been different for you if you weren't partnered then.
Maybe, but it seems like people who are partnered are being screwed anyway.
Right. Okay.
Like the companies who you partner with aren't protecting anyone. It's just the copyright went out and everyone's videos got flagged. And on the issue of some people will probably say, oh no, they can't make money from just playing video games and sitting around and all that. But really, with that sort of thing, they're making videos, and because they can make a living on it, they can make better videos more often for people. So before people if anyone is thinking negatively towards these YouTubers for complaining that they can't make a living off it anymore, there is a benefit for their users where, because that's what they do, they can do it better. Like, when it's just a hobby, you can't invest as much time into it. Like, if Let's Playing and making reviews was all I did, there would be like a ton of videos I would upload and I would get better and better at it, and I can invest a lot of time doing it. But for me, it's just a hobby. So I can totally understand, I totally sympathise with these guys who have it set up where they rely on this income, and now it's been taken away just because YouTube felt like messing with people.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, that whole thing about people saying there's a whole stigma like, oh, you play games for a living, like blah 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 blah. Yeah, once they get money, it produces better videos. So, like you say, like they could get a capture card, or they could get a better microphone, or something like that. So it's not just like they're doing this; they're just chucking out this half-an-hour video and then raking in the cash. There is some sort of production to it, and I think a lot of people are just kind of like, "Damn, I want to be doing what he's doing or she's doing or whatever," and they're not. So. Screw you.
Yeah, there's a lot of jealousy, and I think a lot of that comes from the fact that the YouTubers who have like millions of subscribers, most people hate them. Like, there's a ton of people who enjoy them and really like them, but if you don't like them, you hate them. Like PewDiePie, I think is terrible, but he has like 14 million subscribers and probably makes a lot of money of what he does, so it's kind of hard not to be jealous of someone like that when they're awful at what they do, in my opinion, but they can make a lot of money doing it.
Yeah, he. Although this is odd about that guy, PewDiePie, because he seems like I've seen a couple of his not his gaming videos, just him like vlogs, I guess is what they are, and he doesn't seem like a terrible guy.
Well, I'm not saying he's a terrible person who, drowns orphans, but he's just what he does is bad from an entertainment aspect.
I suppose what I mean is maybe not a terrible guy, but I don't know. Like you get the impression that when he's making these videos, he's kind of like he knows exactly what will get him the views and what the 12-year-old fans want. And when you watch these vlogs, it's just kind of like he does seem quite humbled by the amount of subscribers he's got. So I don't know. It's odd.
I also don't like him because he did that water charity thing like a few months ago.
You don't like him?
No, I thought that was really douchey. Okay, here's my problem with that. It's not that I have a problem with him doing a charity thing and getting his subscribers in on this charity thing. It was he clearly didn't care or know anything about the issue that he was trying to support. Because I clicked on the page. He created that whole page on that charity website where you can donate, and everything he wrote was all about him and his subscribers. He didn't explain the issue. He wasn't talking about how this is a really great charity and something great to get behind. He was just talking about how it was, I have all this, subscribers, so I think this is a great thing to do. He just didn't talk about the actual issue, which to me comes across as a bit douchey.
Okay. Well then,
I don't hate him for it, but it's just, if you're going to do a charity thing, at least know about the charity and plug the charity properly and understand the issue.
Oh yeah, I can understand that. But hey, we've got money, I suppose, so...
Yeah, I suppose, but either way, the biggest embarrassment about all this is that YouTube just came off the Google Plus thing, which really annoyed everyone. Like, nobody really liked it. There were some perks to it. And now we've got this, which I would argue is worse because it's actually directly screwing over YouTubers and taking money and just getting companies involved when they didn't want to be. So it's like, when's the third strike going to happen? Is YouTube going to mess up again? I mean, this has got to happen again. Like, at some point next year, YouTube has got to fumble once more, and I just don't know what it's going to take for people to finally just have enough and give up on YouTube.
Well, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If anyone wanted to make a rival kind of system to YouTube, they should do it now. Everyone hates YouTube now. This is the time when people would potentially jump. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a few more knocks. But if there's anything bigger, I think people will just start giving up.
Yeah.
Someone make a really good video sharing, uploading site, and then have all the money.
Yeah.
But don't turn this YouTube.
People would do it. I mean, I would kind of like to make that jump. I mean, the problem is that YouTube's now so big, and it's such an easy forum for online videos and gaming videos and whatever you want to post that it's got to be really hard for another company to come along and offer that same service, even though they probably don't treat their customers like crap.
Yeah, it is a bit of a monolith now.
But that's what makes it so insane. YouTube is supported by user-created content. Like, when YouTube first came around, it did terribly. And the reason it did terribly is because no one knew about the site and nobody was uploading stuff. But now it's got to the point where enough people came on the site, made a lot of videos, and created the traffic for YouTube that's what YouTube is about. YouTube has to keep people happy. They can't keep doing this. It's like MySpace went down because it's all about people actually going to the site and making their own MySpace pages, but then they just kept messing up and nobody wanted to do it anymore. It just seems to be the case, like with Facebook and whatever, that it used to be on the internet, it used to be dog eat dog, where something would fail and something else would take it over. But I think nowadays that's gone. It's got to the point where everyone has settled, and there's such large amount of traffic on certain sites that it's got to be like almost impossible for someone to break out again, because it just hasn't happened in years.
Yeah. Is YouTube's slogan still broadcast yourself? Because that'd be pretty funny if it is.
I don't think so. I think they got rid of that a while ago.
Oh, I wonder why.
Because people stopped doing it.
Yeah. Don't broadcast yourself.
No. But no.
We content ID you.
Apparently. Because YouTube wouldn't be as successful if this system always was there. If it was people just doing vlogs or random videos, it wouldn't be anywhere near as successful.
Be a scary place.
Yeah. Alright, so let's move on from this. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not going to leave YouTube anytime soon. I'm guessing you're not, so it's just another day on YouTube.
Yep, another kick in the teeth.
Yeah. Alright, so let's move on from that, and let's move on to just as chipper news. You know those terminal reality guys?
Yes.
Well, they're gone. They got shut down.
I only know about them because you told me before the podcast.
Shh, don't.
Oh wait. Oh yeah.
Whoa. One thing you could say about this situation is that their reality sure is terminal at this point in time.
Oh.
This guy got it. This guy knew what I'm talking about.
Nice one, Tom.
Cheers, Joe. I just thought of it and then I said it. So.
Have you thought about doing stand-up?
No, well, people say that all the time. You know, I've got the opening line done with that one, so I don't think that anyone will care or get the reference. But I can explain it beforehand, so they laugh. It's still a classic joke.
Yeah, good luck with that.
It's gonna be great. But yeah, so Terminal Reality was a video game studio, and the biggest game they released recently was The Walking Dead Survival Instinct, which of course was a big flop and kind of wasn't finished or whatever. But I want to say with that game it wasn't entirely their fault, because Activision, published it, so maybe Activision rushed them to get that game out. But if you look at their history of the games they've made, there's nothing too great there. So I want to kind of say that Terminal Reality is just a bad kind of studio, and they probably deserve to go out of business, as mean as that is.
Hey, well, they're gone, so who cares? Say what you want.
Yeah, well, yeah, screw them.
They're not here.
But I just want to say that I kind of liked Survival Instinct, so I am kind of sad that they're gone.
But you're like the only one.
I know, it's sad, and I've got it on Wii U, and I had a good time.
So, no, are they making a sequel to that?
Well, if they were, it's not anymore.
Oh. Well, you can't look forward to that anymore then, Tom.
No. But no, because that game was a good idea. It was just like, it felt unfinished. That's it. It just kind of felt a bit rough around the edges. And that if they spent another 2 months polishing it, then maybe it would have been amazing. But it's all right.
Is it though? What were their past games?
Blood Rain.
I looked it up earlier. Blood Rain.
Yeah, I think it's called Blood Rain.
Is that really awful one?
No, probably. I've never played it. It's some fighting game. That's weird. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
They made.
They made Ghostbusters.
Yeah, they made the Ghostbusters reboot on 360 and PS3. I hope people like that.
Yeah.
That wasn't too bad. And then. Oh god, this list is just. This is embarrassing.
I'm trying to find something.
Yeah, they made Kinect Star Wars, which people didn't like.
No. Because it was just waving your arms, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In a stupid map.
But that's weird. Kinect Star Wars still sold a lot, though, right?
I assume so, just because it's Star Wars, probably.
Yeah.
A little. Maybe it's fun for little kids. I don't know.
I think so. There's a little kid on the cover.
Yeah, he's having a great time. Time of his life.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how they went bankrupt when they didn't before. Because Kinect Star Wars must have sold all right. The Walking Dead Survival Instinct probably didn't do great, but people still brought it, I think. And then before that was 2010 Def Jam Rap Star.
Yeah.
No, this all makes sense. They stunk.
Yeah, I mean, all I have to say about them is that their logo is quite creepy.
Oh yeah, God.
There you go. I do not like that.
You're not wrong. They haven't.
A creepy face.
They didn't make a single horror game though.
Ways to see. That's what they should have done. That's why they went bankrupt.
Unless Spy Hunter Nowhere to Run was so terrible, it was like a horror game.
Ooh.
It's got The Rock on the cover though.
Oh, hang on. They made Blair Witch Volume 1.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go. They did. Joe, no one cares about this. Why are we talking about this?
I don't know. It's just weird when you see a company go under, and I do have one of their games, but then they just make they have like the weirdest history where they just made not great games, and then at some point, people gave them enough money to make Ghostbusters and connect Star Wars and a Walking Dead game, and then it killed them.
Well, then they know whoever gave them money made a big mistake, didn't they? Although, I kind of want to play that Ghostbusters game.
It was supposed to be pretty
I
good.
remember wanting to play that. Yeah. The mystery deepens.
Is that a tagline, or you're just saying that?
No, because if Ghostbusters was good, what the hell is Def Jam Rap Star?
Oh, it's like... Let's have a look.
What the hell is that? Okay, it's as it sounds. It is rapping.
Yeah, it's just a rap game.
I think what we need to do is we need to research this company.
Sure.
And come back next podcast with a detailed report on why they flopped.
Oh god, that sounds like a lot of effort.
Over Christmas.
Wait, hold on. Def Jam Rap Star, they didn't develop it or publish it, they just distributed it. How do you do that? Like, how? This company didn't make anything of note. They made Ghostbusters and then distributed Def Jam Rap Star.
Their first game was called Terminal Velocity.
That's scary stuff.
Hence why they're called Terminal Reality.
Okay, I think we might have to move on from this.
The mystery deepens further.
No, the mystery's being shut down.
Actually, oh, okay.
There's,
all right, fair enough.
There's really nothing here. Actually, Monster Truck Madness 1 and 2.
Did I play that game?
I hope not.
I probably think some crappy miniclip game that was some monster truck game, actually.
It's Down and Dirty Racing.
Oh, this was 1995. Oh, God, no.
Well,
No, 1995.
maybe you played the
1996.
sequel.
Yeah, let's hope not. I've buried them in the back of my mind.
Oh, it came out on N64. Nice. I might have to get it.
I don't want to know any more about these guys.
No, I'm closing the Wikipedia page.
Close that page now.
It's done. Yeah,
Good.
Bad Company went under. Shock, horror, bad stuff. Alright.
I mean, yeah, we're done.
No, you had a thought about Terminal Reality. I want to hear it.
I'm sure that Blood Rain, I'm sure that's supposed to be one of the worst. Was there a game that was really, really bad? And it had a name like Blood or something Blood
I
in it?
think you're thinking of that game that got turned into a film by that guy who does all the terrible video game movies.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. It did have... Yeah.
The same guy who did, like, Alone in the Dark and Everyone Hates, and it's the one who, like, when critics slag of his films, he challenges them to a boxing fight.
Okay.
And I think he actually did have a boxing fight with a critic once.
Wow, okay.
Wait, hold
That's
on.
pretty cool.
I'm gonna look this up. Because I know what you're talking about.
Oh, it was Blood Rain. He did make a film called Blood Rain.
Huh?
Ah! Maybe that's how they got their money.
Maybe, but
The mystery deepens further yet.
it really does, because if Blood Rain wasn't big games, they weren't like big smashes. Like, they were trying to make a movie of Bioshock, and that never got off the ground, and that was massive.
It had meatloaf in it.
Jesus. Who knew?
Wow. I mean, what is going on with this?
Okay, I've got to look up this film now. Maybe we will do a podcast next week where we just watch this film.
It could be a audio commentary thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Blood Rain the Third Reich. What?
If someone can work out this now dead company, then do feel free to send whatever the hell happened.
He made 3 films of Blood Rain. There was only 2 games.
Wait, there were 2 sequels.
Yeah, Blood Rain 2 Deliverance, and then Blood Rain the Third Reich.
What is that like? Is that Nazis?
Yeah,
Can we get Nazis
apparently
in
there's a vampire Nazi officer in it.
Wow. What? That sounds pretty cool.
Of course, you would think the Nazi officer's pretty cool. See, really, I don't care about any of this. I just wanted to bring it all the way back to Nazi so I could catch you in the act.
It had a $10 million budget, according to Wikipedia, which could be very wrong, but still.
That's probably right. It had a budget. That's the surprising thing.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, we really need to move off this.
Yeah, it got 4% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got to watch these films though.
Netflix.
Yeah, we got to Netflix them if they're even up there. God,
I hope not.
So bad. And he's still
So,
making
yeah.
films. This guy, Tonal Reality, finally got shut down. He's still going.
Who gives him this? Who gives him money?
How do you even say his name? It's like Ubo.
Ubo.
Ubo. It's UWE.
Uwe Boll.
Uwe Bo. Bo.
Yeah. Yes.
See now, he has an interesting Wikipedia page
Well, everyone hates him.
because he did 2 Alone in the Dark films, and he did a Far Cry film apparently.
Really?
I bet it was a far cry from anything good.
Oh, that's another one for the routine.
Yeah, didn't even practice that before the podcast. That was genuine. Not that the other one was pre-prepared.
No.
That was genuine as well.
No. Yeah, my reaction wasn't fake or anything.
Definitely not.
No.
God, the Far Cry film got $30 million budget.
I wonder why. Just why?
I don't know.
I could do a better film for $30 million.
I would like $30 million.
I would take the $30 million and then run away
Yeah.
to Tahiti.
And then make the 4th Blood Rain film.
Yes.
The long-awaited.
The Fourth Reich.
Oh, man. What is that, Russia or something? I don't know.
No, we'll see.
Ignorance.
You can help me write the screenplay. Actually, no, we get the guy who did Call of Duty Ghosts.
Oh, nice. Stefan. That guy.
That guy.
Can we look at his Wikipedia page and judge all the films he's done now, or?
I'm sure he only had one film of note, wasn't it?
No, he only had a couple, and he got awards. But what are you gonna do?
What Academy Awards?
Oh, I don't know. Just some people liked it, apparently.
Yeah, okay then.
Alright, I think we got to move on from this Wikipedia page thing.
You think?
Yeah.
This podcast is just now browsing Wikipedia with Tom and Joe.
I would like that.
Yeah?
I'd listen every week.
I'm not sure about other people.
We try and find Hitler every week and just see what comes up and just read that Wikipedia page.
I have to play the Wikipedia game. That's a cool game. Have you played that game?
Yeah, we got back in the day got our history teacher to do it once.
Did you win?
Yeah. But then it's like it's actually really easy to do because you got to find
Always USA.
Yeah. But then the
Always.
thing is, you can do hard rules where you don't allow countries,
Yeah.
and once you do
Yeah.
that, that's pretty tough.
I'm pretty bad. I get too panicky and I click the wrong thing and I get stuck.
Too panicky. You're not timed.
Oh, there is a timed version online.
Oh.
Yeah, where you actually play against other people.
Oh wow! I thought you just load up Wikipedia and do it.
No, there's like a proper way of doing it. There's an official timer and clicks and it counts the amount of things you're doing.
Huh.
It's very clever.
Is this going to be like World of Tanks, where they then port it for free on Xbox One? Free to play,
Hey.
the Wikipedia game.
I'd buy one.
On Xbox One.
Yes, to play the Wikipedia game.
You can use your Kinect.
With a controller.
No, you got to connect it. That's the future.
Oh, yeah. Xbox. Wikipedia. Yeah, that would work. Yeah, what's that?
It could work. But
Could we sell
although
this idea to Microsoft?
I think it's they've already stole it, I'm afraid.
Damn.
It's already done.
All of our money-making schemes never seem to work out.
Because
Why is that?
well, there's not that much money behind a free-to-play Find Hitler on Wikipedia game for the Kinect.
What about all of our past ones? They never work out. Like, we haven't been sponsored for a lot of money by anyone.
No,
Why is this?
because I don't know. I think we're very likable guys who deserves lots of money for no reason.
Yeah.
The world disagrees for some reason.
Well, until then, we have to keep trying.
I'm going to blame. Who am I going to blame? There's so many people who I've insulted and games I've slagged off. Let's go 2K because I don't like Bioshock Infinite that much. Let's go with them.
Yeah, all their fault.
Yeah, or Bethesda because
No,
I
it's PewDiePie.
insulted. Oh, PewDiePie. Oh yeah, definitely.
It's him
God.
stopping us from becoming rich.
Can you actually imagine though if he made a video saying, right, these guys on Nope There's Only Trash Here podcast, I hate them. Fans, take them down. And then every episode just gets bombarded by hatred and just horrible stuff.
We would have so many death threats.
Yeah, and
We would have so many.
think about the view count.
think about the money.
Yeah, I could monetize the videos and live like a king.
I'll briefly advertise my videos just while the hate rolls in. Then, yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Don't worry, I'll redirect them to your channel so your Monkey Island Let's Play will get bombarded by PewDiePie fans.
They'll just tell me all the things. They'll just spoil everything, won't they? Yeah.
Oh, this is the guy at the end.
Go to this guy and give him this, and then that will make you win. Oh. They also die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what a world. I hope that doesn't
At least
happen.
funny. No.
It shouldn't. We're not popular enough to be hated.
Sadly, no. Or maybe not so sadly.
I guess it's lose-win.
It's a lose-win situation.
Nobody cares enough to despise us.
Oh.
It sounds like me at school.
Oh.
Like how it just got sad.
Debbie Downer
Always.
is back.
Yeah. Well, the two topics we've talked about this week have been depressing topics, so I don't think you can blame me this week.
Well, do we have anything good to say now?
Any positive stuff? Godzilla, the new trailer of that looks pretty good.
Yes. Yes, it did actually.
'Cause
I'm not one for really. There are diehard Godzilla fans who have watched all of them, like all the original films as well.
yeah.
I'm not one of them. I vaguely remember seeing the American version in the 1990s, or was it early 2000s?
98.
98. But I did like the trailer for this new one for one reason.
Oh, is it
Well, no,
Walter
it was
White?
good. No, yeah, he was. Yeah, that was good. Actually, there are two reasons. Two reasons. I mean, it was good overall, but yeah, the two reasons are Bryan Cranston and the choice of music at the beginning. I liked.
I can't really remember.
Did you know where
it.
that music was from?
No.
It's when all the Marines or whatever they are doing the drop, sky drop.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's the music from 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Oh. What was the thinking
It's the music.
behind that choice?
Sorry?
What was the thinking behind that choice?
Because I don't know. I like the fact they picked from that source.
Well, I mean, that's cool or everything, but there's got to be like a reason. You can't just throw in a classic bit of music.
Oh, I suppose it's quite an unsettling piece of music. It's when they focus on the big black monoliths. Have you seen that film, 2001?
Unfortunately, no. I'm gonna confess that right now.
Okay, well, there's big black evil things, and that music plays, and it's like this weird choir of voices, and I don't know. It's very good at making you creeped out, and that did the job with the Godzilla trailer as well.
Okay, so it does make sense, but I might have to watch. I might have to look
Yeah.
into it a bit more, because you can't just throw in other people's music and be like, "Oh, it's a homage." There's got to be like a reason, like something about that trailer that is really similar to something in that film.
Maybe the director or something really likes 2001: A Space Odyssey as well.
Well, the interesting thing about
and
this Godzilla film is that it's being handled by this British guy who's like only directed one film, which was like an indie film. I think it was called Monsters. And
Yes.
off that film, even though he's like out of nowhere, he got the big Godzilla gig.
Someone was telling me, a friend was telling me that film that he did, Monsters, it's like so indie that he was doing some of his own special effects on the shots.
Oh, cool.
So and so to jump from doing your own special effects on your computer to having millions and millions of pounds on that just seems bizarre.
That's got to be like a dream come true. Like,
I mean, how the hell did that happen? Was I've never seen Monsters, so it must have been good.
well, I think it's the thing of with the last Godzilla film, they just gave it to the two guys who did Independence Day, and were like, right, these guys can do the visual effects, they can do the big scope, so we can just have this big kind of film. Because that was back when CGI was becoming, kind of big and the thing to do, so they got the guys behind it. But unfortunately now, in 2013, you go back and watch that film and you're like, this is awful. The effects don't hold up, it's like just a bad film. So I guess their approach now is like, okay, with films like X-Men Origins, Wolverine, and films like that, where if you don't have someone behind it who really cares and really gets the film, then fans are just gonna hate it and not care afterwards. So I think they're really going for that long-term fan appeal, where fans are gonna talk about this film for years afterwards and praise it and buy all the Blu-rays and DVDs. Like recently, Pacific Rim was a good example of that, where it came out, it didn't do amazingly in the box office, but it has a dedicated fan base because it was a good film and it was good at what it did. So now for years people are going to support that brand and Pacific Rim and buy the Blu-rays and stuff, so it's successful in the end. But then, like with X-Men Origins Wolverine, more people saw that film, but afterwards no one cared because it was a bad film. So I guess with this Godzilla, they're making sure it's something the fans can really like and get behind.
Yes. I like I said, I haven't seen that Monsters film, but the very name of it kind of suggests that the guy knows how to deal with big giant monsters. So
Yeah.
he has experience, it seems.
But one thing
kind of stuff.
I found distracting around that trailer is that when I saw Bryan Cranston, I was like, that's Walter White.
He is in a very tricky situation now because I don't know. I mean, you can't just shake off being Walter White, but people are gonna. That is a form of typecast for him now.
Like, even though Walter White was bald and had like facial hair, even Bryan Cranston with hair and no facial hair is just still like, yeah, that's the guy. Because Walter White now is like the most iconic character in recent years in terms of TV.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, they use his image for all the posters, the whole point of the show and what it revolves around, and people love the show. So I don't know how he's going to pull this off, but I hope I'm not distracted by it when I actually go ahead and watch Godzilla.
I do wonder if they're going to slip in some kind of reference to Breaking Bad, though.
What, in Godzilla?
Yeah. It just says "you're goddamn right" at some point. I don't know. That'd be pretty good. I'd really like that. But one thing I was going to say is, what I also liked. There's three things I liked about the trailer.
Oh.
The list is growing. The list is growing. So Bryan Cranston, music, and also just the way it was made. Because I was expecting the big Inception bombs. You know? The big, after the fades to black.
Or whatever it was.
And it didn't have that. It had just silence, and it was nice, and it actually it didn't follow the typical trailer pattern that is set up now and everyone follows. It was different, and also it didn't actually tell you that much about the film. Okay, there's a big monster, obviously, and it shows you the kind of scale of it in a clever way, but you don't know what's going on, and that's exactly what trailers should be.
Yeah, I think they did a really good job with that, because I guess when you actually go watch the film, the big thing is seeing Godzilla for the first time and be like, that's Godzilla, alright, that's pretty damn cool. I mean, you do see Godzilla in this trailer, but he's in the smoke, and the big thing about it is that Godzilla then does the classic Godzilla roar or cry, and it's like, yep, that's a Godzilla right there. But I think the reason why they didn't go for the traditional trailer route is because it's meant to be more Japanese. It's an American film for sure, even though it's being directed by a British guy and it's based off Japanese stuff, but it is an American film, but they do want it to still stick with the Japanese kind of film market. So I think the trailer being like that was, okay, we're not restricted by the typical American way of presenting a film where, like you said, you have the Inception, like, look at this, whoa, my god, that's falling down. But with this one, they could kind of just present it as in, yeah, this is Godzilla, here's a quick look of it, here's some cool flashes of music, and you're done.
I like that. That should happen more often, I say.
Although, have you seen the movie poster for it?
I can't remember.
Well, it's pretty much just a shot of all those people parachuting down into the smoke, and then it has Godzilla at the bottom.
Is it good? Are you saying it's good or what?
I don't really know, because it could be good, because it, again, like I said, it could just be like they're not trying to show Godzilla, they want to keep it hidden for when you actually watch the film so you can be more impressed. But then again, it could mean that there's a lot of stuff that doesn't involve Godzilla in the film, which I know is probably not going to happen and it's just me being a bit paranoid, but if you're going to focus on pretty much nothing, like those guys parachuting was caught in the trailer, but I can't imagine it's a big part of the film, and seeing that on the poster, like, in comparison, recently, have you seen the poster they put out for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes?
The big monkey face, yes.
Yeah. That's an awesome poster, and that doesn't give that much away, but you get what's going on, because it's Caesar from the first film in war makeup, so it doesn't show that much, it's there, and it's like, okay, I know what that film's about, but nothing's ruined, and I'm excited. But with Godzilla, the movie poster is just guys parachuting. Like, if you took away Godzilla from the bottom, it could be anything, just a film where people are parachuting.
So what would you want? But you won't want to see Godzilla on the poster, though, would you?
No. But I'm just saying that.
You want to see Bryan Cranston?
Yeah, I want to see him and Jesse for no reason. I want him to be in it.
I just want it to be like a Breaking Bad film. Actually, that could be what it is.
Yeah. I don't think they will, but.
Okay. But no, I mean it's worked as advertising, because I have no interest in, or have had no interest in Godzilla. I think I mentioned Angry Video Game Nerd before.
Who?
You know,
I'm just messing with you.
Yeah.
Another joke.
And he's quite a big Godzilla fan, and he's done loads of reviews. And I didn't really care about them too much. Like all his other reviews, I really like, but those ones I kind of just zoned out on. But this film, this whole trailer has got me interested, so it's worked in that respect.
Well, there's two reasons why I'm interested in this, or maybe three. I'm going to do a MrMuckluckable and add 3 to that list.
Go on, 4.
Let's say 4. I'll think of a fourth. Although now I can't quite remember the three. Okay, well the first one is that the trailer was good. It was a good trailer, and I'm interested in that. The second one is because of the director, and they seem to care. It's someone who obviously cares about this stuff and can pull it off. And the third one is that in recent years, I think monster films have just gotten a lot better. I never used to care about monster films. Just never interested me. The concept seems dumb. It's a big monster smashing buildings. Everyone's like, oh no, the big monster. And then they do one last resort and it kind of works out. It's like just too predictable and just boring and more of a visual thing. And even then it's not that interesting. But two films I really enjoyed recently were Pacific Rim, because of the scale of it and the technology was there and the director did a great job, and Cloverfield, because I know people have that problem. There are problems with that film, but the way it was presented and the way it was done, I really liked. I really liked what they did with that film, and I think it's great. Even though people may have problems with it, I don't care. I thought it was awesome. So those two films have kind of got me more interested in this concept, like with the technology being better now and somebody who cares about it. So yeah, so that would be a reason why I'm actually going to check out this film, even though, like you, I've never seen anything to do with Godzilla and never really had any interest in it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Cloverfield, I think I've seen that film. I don't really know.
It was the one where it's all done from a camcorder.
Yeah. I don't think I watched the ending. So, yeah, I'm not even going to bother saying anything about that. I think I liked what I saw, though, so there you go.
Yeah.
What do people not like about it?
I think it was just not what people kind of expected. Like, people who like monster movies like monsters, and oh my god, look at that big stupid monster. But in Cloverfield, the monster is horrendously generic and boring. But that's not the point in the film. The point is that something is attacking New York, and it's about the people surviving and what they do throughout their time, and using the camcorder as a cool way of presenting the film. But then, you know, if you go in there expecting a big monster to destroy New York, you're going to be disappointed. But that's not what I wanted, so I was pretty pleased with it.
Well, good.
Yeah.
What were the other trailers that were released recently?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because there was one for Interstellar, which I don't think you've seen.
I probably should have watched it before we started recording.
Okay, well, I'll explain it to you, because they don't show any footage from the film, I don't believe. What it is, it's them showing a load of footage from when space exploration was a big thing, you know, in the 60s and in the 70s, where America was sending their rockets and Russia too, and it was just talking about how space exploration used to be really cool, and humanity are explorers, and even though that's gone away, that's going to come back. And then that's pretty much the trailer.
So was it all kind of like the old footage of stock footage?
Yeah, there was a load of stock footage in there. It was mostly stock
okay.
footage, and then someone narrating over it. And then they just say Interstellar at the end. But of course they're not going to show off that much, because the film doesn't come out until next holiday season. So we're still a year away from it, but...
Oh, come on, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, I don't... What was his last film? Some bat flick? I don't know.
I mean, alright. When did that film come out? Last year?
Yeah, 2012.
Jeez, so slow.
I mean, one film every 2 years ain't bad, but I want to see more.
Want to see more of lesser quality? That will be the case.
That's right. Churn them out. Just get them out there.
Churn them out. Yeah, no, it does look cool though.
Yeah.
It's like I remember reading a little description. It's like not time travel, wormholes or something.
Yeah, it's some weird. It's a Christopher Nolan epic sci-fi space adventure, whatever that is going to involve.
Well, does it have Michael Caine in it for starters?
You're asking the right questions. Back to Wikipedia.
I mean, it must do. But Michael Caine has to be in there somewhere.
I'm pretty sure Bryan Cranston's in there too.
Are you, really?
No.
Oh, don't do that.
There was another film.
Do not joke about Bryan Cranston.
Oh, okay.
Sacred ground here.
Yeah, I'm just reading. Michael Caine is in it.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's in it.
Oh, cool.
Michael Caine in space. It's confirmed.
Michael Caine in space. That should be the name of the movie.
Michael Caine In space! And it's just him sobbing about Master Bruce.
But still grieving.
Yeah, sorry, Bruce.
I've let you down, Master Wayne. Blah, blah, blah. Oh.
Oh yeah, I couldn't remember any exact quotes, but I'm glad you did. But Anne Hathaway's in it.
Okay.
Matt Damon's in it.
Hmm.
And then Matthew McConaughey. Speaking of Godzilla.
Is he in that as well?
Yeah, he seems to be the lead.
Oh.
Which, he seems like a nice guy, but... What is it with space films where they're just like, just throw in a celebrity, it's fine. Like with the Gravity, they just had George Clooney and Sandra Bullock for whatever reason. They just threw them in space, and I guess it worked out. I never saw it, but still, why do you have to just pick random big celebrities to throw in?
I don't know. What I have to say, though, is... Firstly, it does have time travel. I corrected myself because I thought it was just space travel. But there is time travel.
Okay.
That's cool. But also, the logo for this is crap.
Alright. Oh, wow,
I'm sorry.
That's bad.
But that looks awful.
That's really bad. That looks like someone just wrote it on Word, and then someone just put chalk from the right and just ran out of chalk halfway through. That
is really bad.
That's weird.
Come on, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, you got the iconic. We got the iconic back symbol for all the Batman films. You know, with the one on fire, and then the other one as well for Dark Knight, and then you just have Interstellar. Maybe that means it's going to be sophisticated or something. I don't know.
Oh, I've just seen something though.
Oh, go on.
It has John Lithgow.
Oh, he's great.
I love that guy.
I mean, I only know him from Rise of the Planet of the Apes and How I Met Your Mother, but he's good in both of those.
You must have seen Third Rock from the Sun. It had Joseph Gordon-Levitt when he was like a kid.
Oh wow! But no, still haven't seen it.
Oh,
was that the one that was always on ITV2?
Yeah, I think it was. You're right.
Yeah, that's why I haven't seen it.
Yeah, dangerous place, ITV2. Stay away from that.
But no, so this film should be good. Anyway, you know, I'm interested because it's him. With Christopher Nolan, you either get weirdly complex films with a lot going on, or Batman. So I'm glad he's going back to his weird, over-the-top, complex films. And if it's in space and has time travel, like, the thing that kind of... To me, I'm thinking of Futurama when I hear something like this.
Interesting.
Like, the same sort of a lot going on, doing the time travel stuff, like in the first Futurama film and, in the other episodes of the series. I'm hoping that they do that in, like, a epic scale.
Yeah. That could be quite cool.
And Michael Caine's in it too, so that's always good.
Well, I do fear Michael Caine won't have a major part, but then, oh well. Any Michael Caine is better than no Michael Caine.
Crying Michael Caine is better than no Michael Caine.
Because we know he's going to be crying, yes.
I mean, yeah, he only had a bit role in Inception.
He did, yeah.
I
think it's going to be like that.
Yeah. They just go to Mars and he's there in an armchair like, alright, go in that wormhole if you want to live.
I'm sorry, Master Bruce.
Master Bruce.
Good,
I need to watch that film again.
Well, no, hang on. Are we forgetting? Oh, no, I won't say the ending, but yeah.
Oh, the ending of the film.
Yeah. You're not crying the whole time.
Yeah, but you just cry at the end. It's just at the very end, he's all like, oh, okay.
He's an old man, alright? Let him cry.
Poor guy.
Yes.
Alright, so there was also another trailer released, which was for The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, I did see that one, yeah.
Yeah, which... my thoughts of the first one, I really liked it. Looking back on the first original three Spider-Man films, they're awful. Like, really bad. Like, they're stupid, but not in a funny way. Well, maybe they are, actually. I don't know, I haven't seen them in a while. But Tobey Maguire is just terrible, and the plots are it's just bad. It's before they really figured out superhero films. Because with X-Men, they figured those ones out, but then with Spider-Man, they were still like, I don't really know what to do. Whereas Batman Begins to show us the way, and then it was too late by the time that came out. But The Amazing Spider-Man, they did a great job. I think the film kind of collapses in the third act and the ending. Like, once the lizard becomes the lizard, you're just like, they don't really know what they're doing. But they did an amazing job with the origin story, and Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone were great choices for that film. So I'm pretty excited about this new one. And after watching...
Wait.
Go on.
I'm sorry, I've got to interrupt you. You say about Andrew Garfield and the other... What's her name?
Emma Stone.
Why wouldn't you mention the two most important characters?
The Uncle Ben?
Yeah. You've got Martin Sheen.
Oh yeah, Martin Sheen, of course.
Who's amazing.
Yeah, he did great.
And even more amazing is Sally Fields.
Is that Aunt May?
Yeah. Sally Fields is just...
Is she from Third Rock Under the Sun?
No, she's from an even better thing.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, God.
She was from Mrs. Doubtfire.
Okay.
She was the mum.
Is that her most notable role before The Amazing Spider-Man?
Maybe. She was in Lincoln as well.
Oh. Well, I haven't seen it.
But yeah, not as good as Mrs. Doubtfire.
No, of course not. Nothing could be.
But yeah, they were cool.
I believe you she was good, but it's just Aunt May. There's not that much to it. She's got to be old and like, Peter, don't...
Well, she needs her own spin-off, first of all.
Oh, of course.
Like what they're doing with, the Marvel stuff and these spin-offs.
Well, they're doing the Venom spin-off, so maybe she can get involved in that.
What do you mean involved? She needs her own one.
No, maybe she gets the Venom alien symbiote.
I
taken
see.
over by it.
That's a pretty good idea.
Pizza! And then she just starts eating people. That's the film written. That's more money that should be coming our way.
Have you thought about becoming a screenwriter?
Maybe.
Because don't.
Oh, okay. See, I can act out the film, but when it comes to writing it down, it's that's the trick right there.
Right. Okay.
But no, so...
Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, so the trailer. I have mixed feelings about it. I don't think it looks amazing, but then I don't think it looks bad. One thing I do like is that they seem to have an overarching story, like with Oscorp. That was something I really liked about the first film, how they established Oscorp and all that, but didn't do anything with it. They just set it all up, and that's where it came from, and that was a big part of it, but they didn't go all in with it. So with this film and in this trailer, they showed Harry Osborn, who looks really weird, by the way. He's got like some dumb haircut. I don't know. He looked like a weird guy.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, so I like that they're continuing on from that, but at the same time, the trailer was really all over the place. Like, there was so much going on in that trailer that it's hard to kind of be like, it looks amazing.
It seems like that Spider-Man trailer, like you say, it kind of... I think they've squeezed too much in. It seems like there were at least 2 trailers worth of stuff in there, maybe even 3, because there was all these tiny little flashes of stuff, and I don't know. It seemed like you say a little bit muddled. I think if it was a bit clearer, I would have liked it more.
Yeah, like in that trailer, you had Spider-Man just being Spider-Man and whatever was going on with him, and being with Gwen Stacy. You had Harry Osborn being introduced and being a new character. You had Electro being introduced and being a whole new character and villain. The Rhino was in there. Rhino was just kind of thrown in and was kind of a part of that. And you also saw the dad, who was ill. And it's just like...
Dr. Octopus.
Oh yeah, and Dr. Octopus. Why the hell not? Throw him in there. And it's just like, did no one watch Spider-Man 3? Like, did none of them see that film and saw how terrible it was and the reasons why it was bad?
Oh, and the Vulture.
The Vulture was in it.
Mm.
I don't.
Well, his costume was in the back.
Oh, okay.
The wings, yeah.
Well, I just don't know, because with the first film, what really impressed me about it was that they did manage to streamline the story in a really great way. Sure, the whole thing with the lizard in the end was a bit iffy, but still they did a great job having a consistent story throughout and building everything around it and having a lot going on, but not too much. And then with this one, they seem to have just abandoned that and so it's like, just throw it all in, we can figure something out. And the fact that the end of the last film was the worst part about it, and that the origin was the best part, and now obviously they can't do the origin again, it's going to be all Spider-Man fighting villains, I'm not too optimistic about this new one.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. People did, however, like the costume. They've nailed the costume, they say.
What, for Spider-Man?
Yeah.
I think he looks a bit weird.
Because of the eyes.
Oh, I guess the eyes.
They've made him look really comic booky.
Oh. I didn't even notice.
I quite like it. Yeah, they made the eyes really bigger and white. Or whiter.
But I think
okay.
it's fine, but I thought Spider-Man looked a bit weird, like the CGI on Spider-Man in that trailer looked a bit off.
Oh, well, yeah, maybe. Maybe the CGI. But the actual costume, I think people are liking.
Yeah.
It took them that many films to work out what it should look like.
But yeah, so that's the Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailer. I mean, if we were bigger nerds about Spider-Man, we could break it all down and all the different stuff that's in there. But honestly, I don't read the comic books, so it's more of, I like the films, or I like the last one, so I hope this one's good.
Pretty much. Yeah, I'm not a big comic book fan, so no, just enjoy it for what it is.
We're not really...
they got that character wrong.
We're not really that big fans of anything, really. We just go see the films.
Yeah.
Like with Godzilla, and it's like, Godzilla looks really good, but we don't know anything about Godzilla.
We're very boring, aren't we?
Yeah, but maybe we'll be big fans of Godzilla and the Spider-Man after these two films.
Maybe.
Probably not.
Probably not, though.
No. That worked out too well.
There you go.
Now, if there was a new James Bond coming out, then we'll be all over it like a rash.
Oh yes, you wait for that. Then there'll be a Bond podcast special.
Oh, that's going to be so good. If I'm not dead by then, that's going to be a hoot.
Oh, there's Debbie Downer back again.
Oh, I'm just saying, if I'm not dead, it's going to be good. I think that's a positive overall.
Why would you be dead in like 2 years' time? What's going on?
Oh, maybe YouTube has finally taken a hold by that point.
Oh, that's true.
It's very possible.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I thought you actually meant die in real life.
Well, I did actually, but...
But no, that does make more sense.
Yeah, that too. Maybe just gone from YouTube.
Well, how long would you have been doing Let's Plays by that point? A long time.
What is it, 2000... Is it 2015 for the new one, or is it 16?
I think so. I think it's 15.
Well, it's 3 years in March. So... like 4.5?
Blimey.
I mean, and you started 2 months before I did.
But
this leads me quite nicely into the emails. Because we have got a couple of emails to answer, and I'll answer this one first. It's from the Minecraft King 16. Wait, I think that's his email thing. So I'll just wait. Just Minecraft King 166. I'll just whatever. He asked the question, why did you start YouTube? He didn't answer it or aim at anyone specific. He just answered that question. So I didn't tell you the question. So do you mind if I go first while you prepare? To be honest, it's been quite a long time when I did start YouTube. It was more I started watching Let's Play on the internet because before I actually started watching Let's Plays, I just thought it was a bunch of nerds being greasy and boring. That was my perception of YouTube and its gaming section. It was just a place for nerds to be like, oh, in this StarCraft 2 battle I did really good. And those do exist, but when I started watching Let's Players, I realised there was also a lot of cool people making a lot of cool videos, and it was just people playing video games and messing around. And I was like, that looks pretty easy, because all you need to do is get the setup and then just talk over games and pick games you like. So I thought, hey, seems like a really cool thing, so it's something I wanted to jump on board with. And it was quite ironic in a way, because I was awful at it. I was not doing what they were doing because it wasn't easy, but eventually I got better at it, I like to think, got better equipment and all that kind of stuff, so here I am. But yeah, so I started it because I watched other Let's Players and thought I would quite like to do that too.
Okay. Mine's kind of similar, I suppose. I suppose most Let's Players would say that they watched a Let's Play and that kind of inspired them to make their own one.
Yeah.
Because I watched Slim Kirby's Simpsons Hit and Run.
Ah.
And I'd recently played the Simpsons game with a friend, and I thought it would have been cool to have recorded some of that and, and put it on YouTube. And so I did, but just on my own. And I think the same with you. I think I was really awful to begin with, but I think I was fortunate in my choice of game. And also, like you say, once you start doing it, you get better with better equipment, and you learn to speak better and things like that. So, yeah, just through watching other people's Let's Plays, and also, I did actually. I wanted to do something on the internet. I didn't know what it was yet, but I wanted to kind of, produce some content, and it turned out Let's Playing was the answer.
Yeah, I had a similar thing. Well, I didn't want to do that. Right, I want to do something on YouTube, but once I decided I wanted to do Let's Playing, it was like I really liked the idea of producing my own videos, putting in the time, making them what they were, and uploading them, and people responding to them. That process really did appeal to me, and yeah, it's kind of part of the reason I kind of continue, even though I'm not that big, because there is that process, and it's a very satisfying thing to do.
Oh yeah, you can say like that's this actually goes back to the copyright stuff, but to an extent you can say that's my video and I made that and I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Not with the older stuff, but with some of the newer stuff, it's not half bad.
Well, the thing is, I don't know if this was the case for you, but when I first made those videos, to me they were good because I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
But obviously now when you look back, you think, oh god, they suck.
Yeah, I've still got those first 10 parts of A Link to the Past I did back in the day. Oh, I remember being so nervous doing that. So nervous because I recorded the video and then I commentated over it afterwards. And the only mic I had was the one in my laptop because here's the thing, just a quick tip to anyone out there, if you want to do Let's Plays, invest straight away and go all in. Because when I started, I just had my terrible microphone and it sounded bad and it was just terrible because the video quality was okay because I was using an emulator, but the mic quality was just awful, and they're rough. They're really rough to look back on.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'd say to an extent, sound is more important than how it looks.
Yeah, definitely.
I would say, yeah.
Because especially if you're doing older games as well, because you don't need that HD quality when it comes to a PS1 game or even older than that. So but everyone on the internet has a good mic. Everyone. So you gotta make sure you're at least matching them if people are gonna take interest.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Top tips from this podcast.
Woohoo! It's about time.
Woohoo!
All right.
Well, it's something that we could actually talk about and know a bit about. So there you go.
Yeah. What kind of experts? I mean,
yeah.
Why not?
We have experience anyway.
We have technically done it.
Yeah.
Alright, so the second question comes from Lewis Bell, who says he loves the podcast. I didn't need to read that part out, but it's a quote, love the podcast.
Oh, you did?
That's a quote right there. That is the thing that people say. And he asked about the new arrival of Sherlock Holmes, which is the brand new series of Sherlock, and it's back, apparently. Apparently the last episode was insane, and he wants to know our opinions on it. Now, I have to apologise straight away because I haven't seen an episode of Sherlock. And
Ooh.
I like the idea of it, like that sort of show, and Sherlock Holmes and, Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman, both great actors. And one day I do hopefully want to get into the series, I just haven't quite got round to it yet. So I can't really comment.
Okay, I can comment a bit.
Right.
Because I haven't seen all the episodes, but I've seen some of them. When I first saw it, like the first episode, I didn't like it.
Oh.
I didn't like the way they were trying to bring Sherlock into the modern era. It seemed a bit forced. Like there's a big bit about him using texts. It's like, oh, look, Sherlock's in the future now because he is using texts, and it just seemed like, really, is that how you're going to make it modern day?
Is it Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century?
Yes, it is. Yes, he uses like teleports and stuff now. Like,
nice.
But that seemed a bit forced. But the more I watched, people generally say the second series is where it got really good, and I would have to agree. I think that the second series episodes are better. I don't know what it is. It doesn't really make me kind of obsess over it, but it is entertaining to watch, I suppose. However,
Oh.
Stephen Moffat.
Your favourite person?
Stephen bloody Moffat. I like this guy and I hate this guy at the same time.
No.
He's a great guy. But he does go a bit over the top with stories and trying to make them overly complicated. Especially on Doctor Who. But he gets away with it. He gets away with it on Sherlock Holmes because A, it's Sherlock Holmes, so you're allowed to be kind of, complicated because it's a detective. But B, he co-writes it with Mark Gatiss.
Oh.
And I think he kind of reins him back a little bit. So he doesn't go the whole hog of crazy complex, I can't follow this, what the hell's going on. So that partnership works for the show, I think.
See, I think I'm going to try... How many episodes in a series?
3. But they're about an hour and a half each.
Okay, I think I'm going to check out some of them. I'm going to check it out. I mean, I know there probably won't be a podcast next week, but I'm going to try and watch at least like a couple of episodes before the next podcast.
Yeah, go for it.
Because the main reason I don't watch it is just because I don't watch British television. I just completely dropped out after Extras finished.
That was quite a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, about like 2005, I think that was.
Yeah.
Then I did watch An Idiot Abroad, but that was on Sky, so I just watched it online. And I did watch Life's Too Short. And then I did watch The It Crowd, but that was it. I just kind of stopped watching British TV because I just never had the TV on. Never surfed channels. I just seek out what I want to watch online.
I'm the same now, really.
Yeah. But I will watch this Sherlock Holmes guy, because a lot of people seem to like the films. The Guy Ritchie ones. I saw the first one and thought it was mediocre, but...
Yeah, I thought it was alright. It was nothing special, though.
Like, it was kind of cool, and there was some cool stuff in it and whatever, but the reveal at the end is just like, who cares, really? It's not a mystery, it's just a... Oh, okay, I guess that's how that was. And then I just had no interest to saw the second one.
I can't even remember what happens, really. Moriarty and then bad guy, and they're at a bridge or something.
Well, in the first one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to spoil the twist because it's an old film. I don't care. It's when I went to go see this in the cinema. As the film started, my mate went up to whisper to me. He was like, "Psst," and just told me the twist at the end because he had seen it before.
Oh wow!
And just as Sherlock Holmes was coming up on screen, it was like, "Yeah, this is totally how it is." So I had to watch it knowing the twist. So now everyone else can who hasn't seen it and is listening to this. The
That's
twist.
your spoiler warning.
No, just okay. Yeah, it is a warning, but yeah, the twist is that this guy is supposedly magic and doing all this magic to fool Sherlock Holmes and do all his evil stuff. But the twist is that it's not magic; it's just like tricks, which is really lame. Like really lame.
Yeah, that sounds lame.
It just doesn't use any of Sherlock Holmes. You know, he doesn't decipher anything. Well, he does do some of that, but it's not like a mystery to be unlocked at the end. It's just, oh, by the way, he wasn't actually a wizard.
Yeah, I think people liked it because of Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, Guy Ritchie does.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a top bloke.
He's a don.
I'm kind of sick of him, though. I'll be honest. Because
Really?
I'm done with Iron Man. I'm just done. After the Avengers, I just don't care. I haven't seen Iron Man 3 because I'm just done with him. It's not interesting, and that suave personality Robert Downey Jr. gave to him, I'm just sick of. Just done.
Isn't that the point of him? That he's supposed to be kind of an annoying person.
Not really. More like he's entertaining himself with what he does. But the first film was great. Second one was like meh, and then Avengers I didn't like. So now I'm just like done with Iron Man, which, seeming how he's like the flagship Marvel superhero nowadays, is kind of a bit of a problem.
Sorry, Robert Downey Jr., you're gone.
I'm really sorry about that. I'm just. But I just didn't like the Avengers, which I don't know if I've talked about on the podcast before, but I just thought that film was just pointless.
Which film?
The Avengers?
Oh. Yeah, I think you did, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, there was no point to it, and that is even more established by the films before it and the films after it. Like, I watched 4-2, and nothing about the Avengers came up, or was even slightly mentioned. I think they have Loki as a prisoner, but even then it was like confusing. Like at the end of 4-1, he destroys the bridge to get back to Earth from Isengard. It's not called Isengard, but that's what comes to mind. And then in Avengers he just shows up anyway, and then at the beginning of the 4-2 the bridge is fixed. So it's like, it was just a completely pointless film.
But it had all the people there together.
Not Edward Norton, which I'm still bitter about.
Oh, well.
Completely undermines the whole project if you just ignore one of the films. Completely ignore it.
Was it because he didn't want to come back, or they
No.
didn't invite him?
No, he wanted to come back. They just said, no, we're going to go in a different direction, and hired Mark. I did an okay job. Oh, the Hulk in that film was bad. I didn't. I don't want to get into it, but I can't not get into it.
Okay, I thought it was alright. This is a bit of fun.
Yeah, it's a bit of
How's
fun,
that, yeah?
but people like really liked it, and I was like, it's just a pointless. Like the whole first third of the film was them gathering the superheroes, which is just boring. Like they already did all these films. You don't really need to do that. Like the end of The Incredible Hulk, the one they now ignore, the Edward Norton one, had Iron Man come up to Edward Norton and be like, be in the Avengers. Like he did.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that was the end of that film. But then they just ignored that film and then to do their own thing. And then it's just like, okay, so the first third of the film, pointless and boring. The middle part of the film is them on that pointless airship, just completely pointless. Like they're just in the air for no goddamn reason. It's just like we have a flying base, and then it just becomes like a massive headache for them because, surprise, surprise, the base is now falling to the ground. If they just had a building instead of this stupid flying base, we could have saved like half an hour of the Hulk going mental and Loki doing some dumb stuff. It was just ridiculous. So then that Phil guy died, but he didn't actually die though, making that completely pointless. So 2/3 of the film completely pointless. And then the final third is them just fighting aliens, which is they're just generic aliens, and then that's the film.
That is the film. You're right.
That's it. And
But people love it.
and then they just completely ignore what happened for Iron Man 3, I've heard, and 4 2, making the film pointless.
Well, how much money did that film make? A
Oh,
lot. A lot of money.
billion.
So I doubt it's going to change. I'm afraid.
I know, but I
Yeah.
just don't like Joss Whedon. He writes for trailers rather than writes for an actual film. Then 4 says a witty one line, and it's just boring.
There was just a lot of one-liners that film. Yeah.
Yeah, which I guess you kind of want that for the Avengers film, but it's still like not memorable. Who cares? And Loki was an awful villain, just awful.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I've just had this argument with so many people, but I need to get out there again. That the Avengers was not a good film.
Let the hate flow through you.
Oh, this is all going to lead to suffering if that green midget is right. Which I think it already has.
Yes, I'm sure that the listeners are suffering.
Can you sense it? Thousands of life suddenly extinguished. Or whatever the line was.
Oh.
Alright, well, if you want to send us an email, you can do that, just like Lewis and the Minecraft King did, by sending them to onlytrashherepodcast@gmail.com. So you can just send whatever you like, really, just, whatever.
Just send one. Do it.
If there's anything you want to argue against us on, or things like that, like I know there's a comment section, but if you send us an email, then we will directly address it in the email section. So it makes a lot more sense. We can't really have a comment section of the podcast, but we can have an email one.
Yeah. Yeah, email's more official.
Makes us seem legit, even though we're not.
No, but it's one step above, so there you go. It shows that you've put some effort in.
Yeah, I like the whole...
Oh no, writing a comment takes effort as well. I don't know what I'm saying.
I like the... Oh, an email. Well, what do we have here?
Yeah.
More fan mail saying how much the podcast is amazing and the best thing ever.
Yeah, that would do as well. Any email. Fan mail. Questions. Fan art.
Fan art. They don't know what we look like at all.
They can guess, I don't know.
Stab in the dark.
Yeah.
I will say this, I am white, so that's something to go on.
Just to be clear. Okay.
Yeah, a white male.
Okay.
Alright, so that's...
They could draw... No, okay, it's fine.
Yeah? What are we going to say?
They could draw our logos or avatars or something, it's fine.
Mine's a squirrel.
Yeah.
So maybe a squirrel eating your banana, that would be something I think everyone would like to see.
I think that has negative connotations. I don't like
I
that.
don't know what you're talking about. You're talking crazy now, delusional.
Am I?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see about that. No drawings of that, please.
Or lots, either way. Either none at all, or thousands. No middle ground.
You know what you've done now?
Yeah?
You've opened the floodgates for creepy fan art.
Yes, I have. It's about bloody time. It's how you know you're established, if you get the creepy fan art.
Okay then.
Alright.
Well, then we shouldn't get any.
No, probably not. But let's end off by just mentioning that there's no games coming out apart from Season 2 of The Walking Dead starts in a couple of days. I think on the 17th of December, so I won't be buying it because I'm just going to watch it online, but if you're into that series, go get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't like playing them. I played first episode, I just didn't like playing it. I think it's just clunky and just not fun. Like, it's an adventure game, but it doesn't play like with a point and click. All you do is point and click. It's simple, but with The Walking Dead, you got to walk around and it doesn't play awful. It's just easier for me if I just watch someone else play it instead.
I just care about the story, so yeah.
Yeah, that's like the only exception where it's like, okay, people do watch that video just for the story, and people don't buy it and just watch it online instead. That's like the one exception.
Yeah. Good. At least there's one then to back up my point.
Yeah. Oh, right. Well, let's end it off. Pretty long one.
Right, no, we're not plugging. Do we not need to plug anything? I don't think we do we?
Well,
nothing new.
What's going on with your channel or whatever?
No, it's fine actually. No plugging.
Yeah?
That's good. Yeah, we don't need to plug.
Well, I'm going to start a new Let's Play probably within the week or so, or before the next podcast. I don't know what it's going to be yet. Someone suggested a Nuzlocke run of a Pokemon game, which is not going to happen. But yeah, I should start uploading videos more often, so just keep an eye on whatever my next Let's Play is, because I'm at the end of Pokemon Blue, and now I have more time to record, because I'm on Christmas break, so expect more videos.
Yay. I should be the same soon.
Yeah. Alright, and with that, let's end it off, so thank you for joining me, MrMuckluckable.
Thank you.
And we will see you sometime in the future.
Bye-bye.